1B, the show opening, Duffy.
From Hunter Mountain, New York, it's nurses skiing to the rescue with gurneys.
Duffy, cat, something's wrong here.
Oh, that's right. It's construction workers skiing with ladders building quite a race.
Duffy.
Oh. It's firemen skiing with hoses burning up the course.
Duffy, let's get on the same page here. Show opening in 3, 2, 1.
From Hunter Mountain, New York, it's the 1995 Paul Mitchell World Series of Moguls. Hi everybody, I'm Duffy Wilson and welcome to the Paul Mitchell World Series of Moguls. We are mid-season and we are in a blizzard. It has been snowing all night here in Hunter Mountain, New York. Conditions are tough, but you know what's really tough here is this course. Visibility is low, a lot of new snow, and this is a sprint. It's a short course, it's very steep, and has big airs. Joining me on the telecast, he's up on the course, is our Nelson Carmichael, Olympic bronze medalist. And Nelson, I have to say something right here now. This is not a course that you'd want to make any mistakes on.
That's right, Duffy, and you know, I'm only really 3 or 4 turns out of the gate, and already I'm heading into the first air. Woo-hoo. And you know, the snow conditions here may appear pretty soft, but it's quite firm underneath, and the competitors are going to have to deal with some pretty poor visibility. On my way down. Woo. Oh, that's a firm landing. Woo! But overall, that's a real nice course. Should be a great contest.
We started with 52 skiers this morning. We are down to the top 8. It'll be Michaud and Margot at the top of the bracket, but let's talk about everybody else. Jared Simmons from the U.S. team will go up against Antoine Rochelle from France. Carson and Rawls, 2 American skiers in the middle, and at the bottom of the bracket, it's Dave Hilb and Bobby Aldegary. But let's talk about those top 2. It's going to be Michaud and Margot. Nelson, thanks for coming back. Great run. We're back to the start.
Red course ready. Blue course ready. Racers ready.
And as the snow continues to fall, boy, the visibility could be an issue for these guys. They're just skiing by feel.
Off the first air they go, side by side. Gary Margot out of Vail, Colorado on the blue course, and the rookie Sebastian Michaud on the red course.
Michaud very clean through the middle there. He gets ahead into that second jump. Devin Twister spread there, and he's fast through the finish.
Everybody said Michaud would look good. He gets that freestyle interval time there. 0.54 seconds goes to the Frenchman. He'll get that point from the speed judge.
Michaud now off the second air. He rushes this maneuver just a bit, but gets in a good Daffy Twister spread nonetheless, reaches forward and gets a good landing, and he's right back into his turns.
And the winner by a 15-10 margin, the rookie Michaud advances. Our next pair in this men's quarterfinals, it's USA versus France. From the French national team, the rookie Antoine Rochelle out of Lac-Loussat will be on the red course. And for America, Jared Simmons will be on the blue. Simmons from Lake Tahoe and a former U.S. team member.
Racers ready.
They're on course, Nelson.
The blue course definitely jumped out ahead. That red course, you have to go left out of the gate. It's a tough line into that first air.
It's tough everything. The snow continues to hammer Hunter Mountain as our mogul skiers hammer the bumps.
But now Rochelle's got a great line into the second air. Both skis look pretty even. Triple twister there, but he can't hang on to the landing.
Rochelle DQs. The rookie out of Lac-Loussat, France is down and out. And Jared Simmons celebrating that victory. Simmons will move up to the semifinals. Rochelle will move up to the next event.
Rochelle now off the second air. He gets a really good takeoff, gets into his triple twister. All those knees are a bit bent, but you can see right here, he looks down, and then he doesn't reach enough for the landing. His skis shoot out straight, and then he hits a big bump. Boom, skis right up in the air onto his back and his bum. We call that a moon drop. I'm sure that didn't feel too good.
And Oakley, he happens to be
The action in the bumps from Hunter Mountain will continue. This is the Paul Mitchell World Series of Moguls, presented by Patron and brought to you by Paul Mitchell, professional salon hair care products. Welcome back to Hunter Mountain, the Paul Mitchell World Series of Moguls. The spectators are getting hammered by the storm, but they are hanging in there. Hanging in there also our TD, that's Cameron Boyle. Last year's #1 skier is now administrating the event as he is injured. Enough of that, let's go to the start. We are now into another pairing in our quarterfinals. It'll be Mike Rawls out of Breckenridge, Colorado. He has won 20 times in professional mogul skiing. He's going up against his good friend, Chris Carson, out of Keystone A Basin in Breckenridge. Carson on the blue, Rawls on the red.
Ready.
Carson getting a jump ahead into that first air, but that blue course that Carson's on definitely drifts over to the skier's right, so makes it a little bit slower in the middle part.
Chris Carson has been skiing very well in this competition. Very nice Cossack on that upper air, and they are neck and neck, Nelson, as we come to the lower jump.
Oh, and big jumps from both of them, but Chris Carson, as you can see, goes back seat. Mike Rawls through the finish.
I don't think that Carson DQ'd. I think he stayed on his course, but certainly that landing will be tough on him. Mike Rawls looking good. Woo! And 15-10 is the score. The mistake by Chris Carson and the solid skiing by Mike Rawls. Rawls advances.
As you know, Duffy, this is a judged event. Now let's take a minute to explain just what the judges are looking for. There's 25 total points available from 5 judges, and each judge can award up to 5 points. There are 2 turns judges, 1 air, 1 for speed, and 1 for overall. Now they can give those points away, 4-1, 3-2, and so on. The skier who earns at least 13 points moves on. If they can't cross the center line or lose equipment, or they're disqualified.
Our final pairing in the round of 8, it'll be Dave Hill going up against Bobby Aldegary. Bobby Aldegary skis for Edge Tech. Let's take a Paul Mitchell spotlight look at Bobby Aldegary.
This summer, I was living by a pool downtown in Boulder, and I would go over there and dive with the kids all the time. So one day I was diving, one of the lifeguards said, "Do you want to join the diving team, or do you dive?" I was like, "Well, I would like to join the diving team. I've never dove before." And so I started training with my coach in August. I can't believe how many tricks I learned in the past 6 months. It blows me away. Diving helps my air sense, which crosses right over to mogul skiing, because you have to jump in the moguls, and aerials is my forte in the moguls. It's my strength. I never really had a life outside of mogul skiing. For many years in the World Cup, all I did was mogul ski. I'd ski in the summer, I'd ski in the fall, I'd ski in spring, I'd ski all winter long, obviously. But now I do have a life. I'm really into diving. I'm really into riding my motorcycle. I just bought a condo in Boulder, so it's been a life. In '91, I was on the World Championship team. In '92, I skied on the U.S. Olympic team. I was a World Cup winner and #5 in the world on the World Cup. My whole U.S. ski team experience was really positive, for sure. I mean, I got to travel all over the world. I won World Cup and skied at the Olympics and skied at the World Championships and got to meet a lot of great people. So it was a positive experience. The thing that really drove me off was the financial side of things. And so financially straining that I thought I should ski on the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour has offered me a good living. It's still what I love to do. Good.
Come on, Bobby. It's your day, buddy.
Bobby Aldegary for Edge Tech out of Boulder, Colorado will be on the blue course. Dave Hill will be skiing on the red course. Hill, a tour champion in 1992, and Bobby Aldegary, a member of the U.S. Olympic team that same year.
Red course ready. Blue course ready. Racers ready. Your day, Bobby. Come on now.
Well, it's all by feel right now. This is some flat light, some tough conditions for these skiers.
Aldegary out in the lead. It looks like Hill's having some problems. And when I say it looks like, Nelson, we just barely can see the judges having a tough time.
Hilb was behind, but he's caught up now, and they're pretty even off the second jump. Bobby with a nice jump there and a good landing on that tough blue course. Hilb's ahead through the finish.
Hilb goes through the finish. He'll get the freestyle point, as it were. The speed judge says .31 goes to Dave Hilb. Alary and Hilb, a couple of fiery competitors. Now they wait for the judges. And by a 15-10 margin, Dave Hilb wins. Bobby Alary stays in the bracket. Dave Hilb moves up. There are now just 4 skiers left. Michaud, the rookie from France, will meet Jared Simmons. And on the bottom of the bracket, the 2 American veterans, Mike Rawls and Dave Hilb, will lock up. All right, for you snowboarding fans, we invite you to join Todd Harris and Lee Crane for the American Pro Snowboard Series from Okemo, Vermont. That'll be on at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, February 28th. That's a Tuesday. Nelson and Duffy and the Pro Bumpers at Hunter will be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Hunter Mountain, New York. We are ready for the women's competition. 4 women in this competition. We started off with 12. As we look to our semifinal action, Kristen Brown and Patty Sherman locked up, Nelson. And Sherman was a winner, 14-11.
Sherman had a bit of a rough go up the top of the course, but then she really picked up the speed, caught up to Kristen Brown, and passed her by the finish. She really won that duel to speed.
Sherman will advance to the finals. She'll see Rachel Savitt. We look at Rachel right here, Nelson, and you and I both remarked that this is probably the best run we've seen out of the women this year.
Oh yeah, Rachel Savitt just had a great run. Really clean skiing, nice and tight, really direct right through the line. And then she gets off a good twister spread. Excellent skiing.
And now for the consolation final for the women. The battle for 3rd place on the red course. From the USA, it is Kristen Brown, skiing out of Winter Park, Colorado, former U.S. team member. She'll be going up against, on the blue course, Astrid Edlinger of Australia. Edlinger and Brown, both World Cup skiers.
And these bumps in the upper part of the course are long and they're deep for these girls.
Edlinger with the lead right there. Brown skied well in our first event at Heavenly, but Edlinger skiing much better at Heavenly. Brown is catching up, Nelson.
Edlinger is definitely aggressive. Brown, as you say, needs to catch up. She's slow. Let's see if she can do it on the bottom part of the course. There's a nice spread there from Edlinger on the blue. Kristen's trying to catch up, lighten up the powder a little bit now, and it's close at the bottom.
But on the red course, Edlinger with .09 second advantage. That goes to Brown. Brown will get that speed judge. Kristen Brown takes 3rd place here in Hunter Mountain. Congratulations. The score, 14-11. And now our women's final. It'll be Patty Sherman Koff on the red course, 31 years young, 2 times a tour champion. And it'll be the rookie from the U.S. team out of Squaw Valley, California, Rachel Savitt on the blue.
Red course ready. Blue course ready. Racers ready.
Patty Sherman definitely has experience in these dual competitions, but Rachel Savitt, right off the World Cup, she has experience in all kinds of conditions.
Nelson, I thought that Patty might have had some problems out of that start gate. She went sideways, and Savitt went straight down the course.
Yeah, that red side is tricky up top, and Sherman right there with another bit of trouble. She's trying to catch up with Savitt, who is definitely ahead off that second jump, but Patty with some big speed, but some rough skiing.
Rough skiing for Sherman, but she hits the finish line first. Savitt and Sherman. Let's see what the judges have to say about the women's champion for Hunter Mountain. And the winner, the rookie, her first event, her first win, 14-11. Rachel Savitt is number 1. Patty Sherman is number 2.
Rachel Savitt really wins this run right at the start as she busts out of the gate and jumps right in her line. Meanwhile, Patty Sherman goes left. Hey, she who hesitates is lost. Hey, you know, Mother Nature doesn't need any help making snow today, but when it does, Hunter Mountain truly is the capital of snowmaking. The snow conditions here are quite remarkable. And you know, I had the privilege of skiing with the man who makes the snow and still tests it every morning, just like he has for the last 35 years. 82-year-old Izzy Slutsky.
I started skiing in 1924. I had a pair of short skis with pine, just a strap across, no bindings, no edges. You just go downhill, no turns, you go down the bottom. And if you're going too fast, you just like sliding into third base, just pick your feet up and go into the bag. We're the only private-owned skier in the world that's owned by one family and entirely. We started here in 1959-60. We were the first mountain that went to the top of the mountain with snowmaking. I've skied now my 70th year, and I think that I probably skied as many days as any man in America. I ski up to 200 days a year.
Welcome back to Hunter Mountain, New York, and the roads and the airport are closed. And that man right there who's in charge of snowmaking, Izzy, you're making way too much snow. A blizzard here, but great skiing. Let's go to the top of the course. On the red course, we've got 4 skiers left. It'll be Sebastian Michon of France. He'll be on the red course going up against American Jared Simmons from Lake Tahoe, skis out of Squaw Valley. Simmons on the blue, Michon on the red.
Okay, Tom. Red course ready. Blue course ready. Racers ready.
And of course, you want to be able to get ahead of your competitor right away. And if you are, then it's even better in this condition, believe it or not, to ski down the course and to be able to see your line, concentrate just on your line and not the other guy next to you.
Simmons is flying on the blue course. Michaud is right with them now as they come to the lower air. It's anybody's race. But look at those landings, Nelson.
Boy, they hung on to him there. Michaud barely hung on. Backseat landing, but they made it both through the finish line. Good run.
Sebastian Michaud by 0.11 seconds on our freestyle clock. We'll get 1 point from the speed judge. And a blue course winner, Jared Simmons, in the battle of USA and France. Simmons advances 13-12. He'll be in the final.
Well, Michaud's trying desperately here to catch up with Simmons, but he's just a little ragged, a little too wild. And then he's got all this speed that he's carrying into the second jump, and he stays back on his heels, gets a triple twister in, but you can see he lands just a bit back and gets rocked around from the landing. But hey, you don't get many points for the recoveries.
We saw the World Cup skiers. Now let's watch the veteran pros. Our final pairing in the semifinal brackets, it's going to be Dave Hill out of Vail, Colorado in 1992. He was the pro champion. He'll be on the red course. He's going up against the veteran himself, Mike Rawls. 20 times a winner in professional mogul skiing. Nelson, here they come.
And Rawls busts out of the gate on the fast blue course start. I think the snow is helping the course out quite a bit.
Single airs by both competitors, and Rawls is skiing well between the jumps.
Well, this is where Hill's got to catch up right now as we go into that big in-run. Rawls with the big spread twister spread there, lands way down the hill. Both of them have mistakes. Oh, and Rawls stays up amazingly. I think it's going to go to Rawls on that one by survival.
The problem is you don't get points for a recovery. Mike Rawls came across the finish line first by 0.65 seconds, so Rawls will get that speed judge.
Up to take on.
And Mike Rawls advances over Dave Hill. Rawls will go to the finals. The score, 15-10.
Yeah! The blue course moves on into
our finals are now set. It'll be the Frenchman Michaud going up against the American Hill. That will be the consolation battle for third place. And for the championship, it'll be Jared Simmons off the U.S. ski team going up against longtime pro champion Mike Rawls. Nelson, we've got to talk about this. It's been snowing all day long. The conditions have certainly been tough on us and our camera crew. What about the competitors?
Well, it's obviously tough on them. These guys have had to contend with a lot. Not only the snow coming down, they're kind of used to that, but what happens is it gets so snowy, so thick that we try to look up there, judges can't see, so we have to hold the course. That means the competitors have to wait around. They got to hang out. They have to think about their runs for longer than they normally have to. And so they have to really stay concentrated. That's the main thing.
Snowmobiles hauling competitors back up to the top of the course for consolation runs. That's what you hear in the background. Nelson, let's talk. Do we favor any skier here? You know, it's been a very difficult day. Is Rawls, Simmons, what do you think?
Well, that's hard to say. I mean, most of these guys have skied all over the world, really, and certainly all over the States, so they've been in powder, they've been in hard conditions, and really that's what we have here is both, because we have firm man-made conditions underneath with all this new powder on top, and the thing is you might have skied an hour ago, and then you come back out here, and it could be different. Your landing could be powdery now. So you never know, and it'd be hard for me to pick a winner out of that tough condition.
It has been a very difficult day, but you stay with us. The French rookie is looking for third place, going up against a former Tour champion. And on the championship side, Jared Simmons from the U.S. ski team will be going up against Mike Rawls. Stay with us. The finals are next.
Ready, racers, ready.
Welcome back to Hunter Mountain, New York, the Paul Mitchell World Series of Moguls presented by Patron. It is time for the men's finals. Our first run, the battle for third place. On the red course for the United States, Dave Hill. On the blue course from La Clusaz, France, it'll be the rookie, Sebastien Michaud.
Well, some good jumps down there. Helly with the spread on the end for Michaud in the blue, but look at Hill, got some fast ski, moves over into the powder and wiggles through the finish.
Through the finish line. Looks like Dave Hill comes across.
And 13-12 is the win, a 1-point victory to the rookie from La Clusaz, France, and the French national team, Sebastien Michaud.
Judge's decision before we get to.
From 52 to 2. 2 skiers left in this competition. Let's find out who'll be the champion at Hunter Mountain. It's 2 bets. It's Mike Rawls on the red course. 20 wins in his career, 33 years old from Breckenridge, Colorado. He'll be going up against former U.S. team member Jared Simmons. Simmons, 28 years old, skiing off the U.S. ski team out of Squaw Valley, California. This is it.
These guys have had to wait in the cold and the snow, and really that hasn't affected their concentration. This should be a test of who is ready for this run.
Simmons jumps out in the lead. Nelson, Mike Rawls is catching up now in the middle of the red course.
Boy, it's fast in that middle section there. He was way behind, and all of a sudden they're even again. Jared with a slight edge off the jump. Big air for Mike Rawls, though. He's still trying to catch up to Jared.
Huge air for both of these skiers. What a great duel. And the freestyle clock says that Mike Rawls crossed the finish line 0.05 of a second faster than Jared Simmons. He'll get that point.
Both men and women.
And Jared Simmons is the winner. Mike Rawls congratulates Simmons, his first win in his professional career, and a 1-point victory. So Jared Simmons wins here in Hunter Mountain. Simmons number 1. Mike Rawls, a very nice second place. In third place, the rookie from La Clusaz, France, Sebastien Michaud. In fourth place, the 92 Tour champion, Dave Hill. Nelson Carmichael, our analyst, is down in the finish. Let's join him with the winners.
These two survived and skied great in some wicked conditions here at Hunter. First of all, Rachel, congratulations. I know you're excited. It's your first pro win.
I'm really excited. I came in here just wanting to do well with no expectations, and I'm so excited I won. It just feels really great. I had just an awesome, fun time today.
All right, well, it's good to see you out here. And Jared, you haven't won for a while. How does it feel to get back up here on the victory stand?
Feels great. I think I'm skiing better than I have in a long time, and it's fun to win. It's always fun to win.
That's for sure. Now, was there any special circumstances for you? I know we had to wait a little while with the snow, with the weather. Was there any strategy? What did you have to think about?
I was just hanging out in the tent up there, staying dry before every run, and it seemed to work because I didn't make any mistakes, and I had a lot of fun out there. It was great.
Well, good job. These are the 2 skiers that did it today. It was a great show.
The 1995 Paul Mitchell World Series of Moguls presented by Patron has been brought to you by Outdoor Products, backpacks made right here in the USA. And thanks to our hosts here at Hunter Mountain, the Villa Vocia.